Right now, I'm just sitting here with nothing. Like, what else can I do? And that was just where I was at for about 2 years, bro. Not inspired at all. Going out, just drinking, a lot of drinking. And yeah, things just started, my mum could notice it, things just started going mad. She asked me to come back to London after that, after about 2 years. So I went back to London and was still the same. I was still kind of depressed, I think, you know, looking back now, because I was a different person. And then, yeah, and then I started, like, you know, making a bit of music here and there, and that kind of got me back into the swing of things. And then I met my girlfriend, man, and then, yeah, she kind of changed things for me, you know what I mean?
You're still together?
Yeah, we're still together now. She just woke me up. That was maybe what I needed, I don't know, a wake-up call or just something that comes in your life to just lighten you up, you know? And
bro, you're lucky with that. Well, no, you're lucky.
I'm blessed, yeah, because not a lot of people get that.
That's what I was thinking. That.
Yeah, and she showed me I should be more appreciative for what I have done and more humble and more, you know, just be out there more. Like, I kept myself in the dark and in my bubble a lot, like I said. But she was like, nah, man, be more confident and get out there and be your Ironic, like, come on. And she gave me that confidence boost that just made me be like, you know what, you're right, I need to get back on my thing and start making music again. And that got to about 2014, 15, and I was back into the swing of things again. Shows were coming back in, started thinking out the box, what can I do now? I want to rebrand, start DJ Ironik brand again, revamp it up. And I was back on a positive rod, going to a room full of industry people with mad positive energy, focus, and they would approach with open arms now. So it was all in my head that whole time, I reckon. It was all mind state, you know what I mean? I was just at that point where, like you said, I just realised, well, how comes this ain't connecting, this ain't going right, and this ain't going right? But after meeting my girlfriend, yeah, just things started going up again from there.
You know, it's funny, I talk to a lot of men about how they see it. I say, bro, plenty of men don't have a serious woman
behind them,
bro. And I feel as a man, you can't really be, don't get me wrong, everyone's like, someone does, man them do play well, but you can't really be your best you unless you've really got
a good one.
A good one, bro.
Because you can have one and she might not understand. But maybe because my girl, she saw what I've been through, she knew my music, she know what I've done, so she's thinking, why are you the most confident person in the world? Like, you've done sick. So she just opened my eyes and gave me that, you know what I mean? And she understood what I've done. She understands my music now. Like, if I'm out and about, she understands there has to be girls everywhere screaming because that's what I do. Like, that's my base, innit? Like, she understands it all. She gets it. And I think as long as you got a girl behind you that gets what you love to do, that's the winning formula there, man. Because ever since, it's just been up again. So.
What? Okay, so
even doing stuff like this, I probably would have not even done an interview like this 4 years ago, you know?
Yeah, bro, because it's like a lot of us, it's not even confidence, bro, it's just like, it's vulnerability, bro.
Yeah.
And when you're not through it and you can't see the other side, it's like, man just has to try and work. When I get on my feet.
Yeah, that's how I was,
yeah,
bro. Man. That was how I was and I know my mum will watch this and remember, it was mad. To go from like such a high to so low, but I guess they say, you know, when you get such a high, you're always going to get a mad low. Yeah. And that was where I was at.
I was just thinking probably in that period, you'll probably still go out and still be, oh, you're Ironic.
Yeah.
And you'll probably be like, maybe I just want to be James today.
Yeah, 100%. But even when I moved out of London, like, I lived right near university and I'll get that all day long, man. I was like, hey, Ironic, man. Da-da-da. I'm just like, yo, I'm just trying to live low key right now.
Is it ever, not embarrassing, but is it ever like, is it disingenuous where it's like, yeah, you know I'm Ironic, but it's just because you just seen somebody that you know, like it's not really love sometimes.
Do you know what? I've never really got, like, I get a lot of love when I'm out, man. Like people, I don't know, people seem to have like a connection with me. I guess maybe they grew up to my music, or like the music I put out, they have a connection with. They somehow,
they can recall it.
Yeah, for a moment, or people stay with me for someone they've lost, or, you know, so when I meet people, sometimes it's tears, sometimes it's tattoos on arms, like, it's proper powers, like, when I meet people. It's never been disingenuine, like, or like it's never been fake or anything. So luckily, yeah.
Alright, so
but you do get the people that are like, "What? Are you ironic? Yeah, but yeah."
Alright, bro. So here's another thing, right?
Yeah.
Financially, okay. So what would you see as some of the financial mistakes you made early on in your career?
So money-wise, you know, I can't lie, I was a spender at one point. So for one, that was my biggest mistake.
What were you purchasing?
I was spending on silly things. I was just on the road. I would spend £400 or £500 in the hotel, just on dinner, drinks, like the whole team. Let's get room service, bottles of champagne, like. That's what I mean. I was in this bubble where I didn't even come out of the bubble to look at my finances. I remember I went home once, and my mum was like crying, and I was like, "Mum, you alright? Like, what's wrong?" She's like, "I just looked at your statement. Like, you got like £300,000. Like, she'd never seen money like that." And I was like, I was just like, "Oh, that's mad." Like, I gave her a kiss and then went back on the road. Like, I didn't even clock what was going on. You know what I mean? I didn't even appreciate it, I think. That was what it was. I didn't appreciate the money, if I'm being honest. Because I was young, man. I was like 19, you know what I mean? 18, 19. So getting that kind of money for me, I was just on the road, having fun with it, you know, messing around with girls, spending money on taxis and just so much silly things. Buying jewelry, like that was a big mistake. I spent a lot of money on jewelry. And just not investing, man. Like if I knew knew then what I know now, I probably would have invested a bit more and just made a bit more smarter decisions. That's one. And then obviously with being signed to the label, I think the paperwork business side could have been handled a tiny bit better. You know, they took a lot of the money of earnings. A lot of money I've earned is mainly from on the road.
Okay, here, that's another thing. Do you think you had the best legal advice at the time? Retrospectively?
Well, I had a music lawyer, but he was given to me from the label. So
okay, yeah.
you can add things up from there.
Yeah.
So he was more, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
He seemed like he was more my team, but
he's pally with you.
Yeah. So probably not. We didn't really. But you know, like I was just grateful for the opportunity. People hearing my music. And even up until recently, I used to always say, I don't care about the money, like the music's what I love. And I remember I said that to certain people, they'd be like, "Nah, you can't say that. The music, you can't chase this money, yo." And I never understood it until like recently, and I was just like, yeah, you're right. Like money's a motive, but obviously, I feel like love of music comes first. It has to come first, you know? So.
No, 100%, man. Bro, it's these are like, do you know what I feel? I think, bro, you gotta have like a book or something, the Ironic story, bro.
I know.
You know, because there's so. I think one thing our culture hasn't done. Yeah, we do interviews, we do things, but we haven't really documented our history, like for like future generations to really get. Because like I just remember having snapshots like. I saw this, I saw that. Then I was grateful enough to meet you, and then just have a rapport with you. But I think the overarching thing I've got from it is that, bro, like whether you know it or not, and you do know because people tell you like you have helped the scene in ways that a lot of people don't even understand because they don't understand the business. If you're sitting in the industry and you're like, we're never messing with this, because bro. You sparked it, and then there was that period between 2013 and 2015. Everything went kind of quiet, and everyone was getting dropped, and no one was touring, and then everyone was like saying, "F the labels, we're independent." Yeah. Then 2016 come, 2017 come, everyone's running back to labels. Man got 100 bags.
Stormzy and that.
Get me? So it's like, but I just hope
that door kicked down. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate when people say that because. My friends and that tell me, but to hear from other people and just to spread it, like I do appreciate that, man.
What advice do you give to other artists? Because I see a lot of artists, bro, I see them spending on some foolishness now, and I know they just need to get out of the
they're probably making more money than what we was making then, though. I think now.
Do you know? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Do you remember what your show money was looking like? That's like nearly 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, the show money was crazy, man. The show, I don't know though. Compared to now, it's probably normal. The show money, I was probably the most I probably got. You know what I mean? For a show was like 9-10 bags a show.
Was that PA?
PA, yeah, so PA. So it's good, but you think some artists are getting maybe more than that now, maybe, or about that.
Yeah, depending like the average, like they're on like between 4 and 5.
Yeah, unless you're Stormzy, then you might be getting it. But yeah, so probably 10 bags, and I've never, I don't really like to budge my price too much. So we've come down from obviously 10 grand a show. Obviously, you have to be smart. But I've never wanted to be, I don't want to sell myself short. And I'm sure that other artists like Tinchy and everyone who came out at the same time are exactly the same. But yeah, I just wish I could have just been a bit more wiser with things. But you live and learn, and that's what I'm learning now. And, you know, if I didn't do it then, I would have done it at a different point and just splashed the money. So thank the Lord that I'm given more opportunities to do more things and invest my money wiser and, you know, do the right thing now. But we had fun with it, but just, you know, you just got to learn from them mistakes. And hopefully the generation now learns from that, walks into the record companies, you know what I mean, confident and says, no, we're not getting what Ironik got. We want this amount of money. And yeah, just stand strong. And I think they are at the moment anyway. Like the artists know what they're doing at the moment. They're making the music they want to make, and you know what I mean, I think they got it under control. But things I would just say is just, you know, stick to what you want to do and keep grinding, man. Keep working hard, because that's the main thing. Just staying consistent and doing what you love. You know, the minute you stop, I think that's when, especially now, people want it fast and all the time. Good, yeah, so you just got to keep at it and, yeah, man, just stay doing what you love. That's the main thing. And I think, like, money and all that will come with it. Legacy, everything will come with it. So, yeah.
And my last two questions are kind of built into one. One, well, the last question will be like, what can we look forward to this year? And what do you think is your biggest achievement in music?
My biggest achievement in music? It's a hard one, man. It's a hard one. Because I still feel like there's more I want to do. For one, like whether it's as an A&R or whether it's starting a record company, I don't know. There's still loads more, but so far, probably like performing at the MOBO Awards, man. I know that sounds cliche, but I just dreamed of like performing up there and like.
It was like Grammys, isn't it? It was
like the Grammys for us, man, and I just grew up watching it. So to be on that stage a couple times, for me, like that will always be the highlight of my life, to be fair. And just there's other things. Performing in Buckingham Palace was amazing. Wow. That was cool. Just
was cool,
yeah. Okay. Come on. Like yeah, that was crazy. That was just a highlight. Taking my mum as well. I took my mum there to see that, meeting the Queen and that. That was cool.
You met the Queen?
I met the Queen. She was right there, like where you are. She was there for when I was performing, man. So that's definitely a highlight. Doing something like that is crazy. Bro, like everything mixed in one. Like there's been too many highlights, but everything mixed in one. I'm just grateful that I've even been able to sit here 10 years later and talk about it and still keep going and not lose my mind yet. You know what I mean? I'm just grateful for that, bro.
Yeah, man. And hopefully we're going to be expecting some new music.
Some new music coming, yeah. We've got the project I'm about to drop. It's an EP, 6 tracks. And it's called Prayers for Life. We've got the first single featuring K-Coke, which is going to be a link up. Yeah, big up Coke, man. That's going to be a link up that people have been waiting for. He talks that realness, you know what I mean? I try to talk that realness as well. So, yeah, man, we've got a banger. And, yeah, hopefully work on a next project soon coming out. And apart from that, obviously, I'm doing a lot of the DJ stuff. I got my pool parties in some of the different countries through the summer, and also just getting into A&R. And so I'm looking for new artists, up and coming artists. I'm even helping established artists with their projects. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, just keep it moving, man. Try to keep the legacy going. You know what I mean?
Come on, Ironik, my bro. I could do this all day, man.
Come on, we could have spoke for hours.
We could have, you know. But we're gonna talk when the EP out, man.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Man. But like I said, I appreciate. Like, look, and I reiterate, I appreciate your contribution. I appreciate just how you've been with me, bro. You've always, bro. Like, you know, we'll be on DMs and that. So you know.
Come on, bro. It's love, man. Bro. Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me, man.
Alright, bro.
Come on, G.